Hello all, I hope you guys are doing fantastic and welcome back to my channel. My name is Soman and on this platform on daily basis I bring some topics about Canada which may be useful for you guys. So today's topic is today I'm going to discuss about the reason why you should not choose Ontario or you should not choose GTA as your first province to start your Canadian journey. There are many reasons why you should choose other provinces, any provinces that is smaller than Ontario, where not so much population, not so much competition, not so much other things that you need to see, and you may get disappointed. I can see many comments on Facebook or other social media platform that people are asking questions as an anonymous user, that whether they should go back to India or not, or whether they should go back to their country, home country or not. Because back in their home country, they used to earn well, they used to have a very settled life, and then all of a sudden they came out of their settled life, and after coming here in Canada, after staying for 1 year or 2 years, and not when the expectations are not meeting, when they came here for very first time, or when they traveled with lots of dream, lots of expectation, but after staying here for 1 or 2 years, after knowing the ground reality of Canada, then people start questioning their decision, whether they took a right decision or not, right? And nowadays there is a trend that just has been started, people are moving back to India. Okay, and that is true, that is absolutely true, because I have seen in my circle, I have seen almost 4 family rather saying, they moved back to India after staying here, and they were here for 4-5 years. Okay, it's not like after 1 year or 2 years they just moved back. So yeah, I'm seeing people, they are moving back. Eventually I have spoken with one of my colleague very recently, and he is also planning to moving back to India, and he just came here 1.5 years back. Okay, so and it was his first foreign travel. So when he traveled here for very first time, the initial few days or few months were very good, but slowly he started seeing many differences. Okay, many problems, I would say. And or maybe the expectation didn't match whatever he has expected before flying here in Canada. So I'm seeing that trends has been started, many people are moving back. So that's why I thought it is important to bring a video, but to share my experience or my knowledge or what I think, because I'm staying in Canada for over 6 years now almost. And I lived in many provinces. I lived in Nova Scotia, I lived in Ontario. Previously I lived now in Ontario. Earlier I used to live in Alberta for few months, and I have been in British Columbia as well. So maybe I'm well qualified to share my experience or knowledge with you guys. Okay, so that is the purpose of this video, that if you are planning to travel to Canada for the very first time, then which province you should start. Okay, or maybe which province you should avoid, rather saying. Okay, so then my point was try to avoid Ontario, because there are many reasons right now. The first reason is very high cost of living. Okay, very high cost of living. If you want to live in a good area in Toronto or within GTA, right? GTA is a greater Toronto area. So basically Toronto is a big city, and the surroundings of Toronto with many cities, right? Mississauga, Brampton, Milton, Hamilton, Oshawa, Scarborough, all those cities are surrounding Toronto, and that whole place called as Greater Toronto area. So if you want to rent an apartment in a GTA area, in a good location with good facilities, one of my friend just rented one apartment few months back, and he's paying $2,800 rent, right? $2,800 rent, plus he's going to pay for the electricity. And many people doesn't know, whenever you are renting an apartment, you need to know that the electricity cost and the heat, right? The heat and water, whether it is included within rent or not. If it is not included, then you may need to end up paying more, okay? Because if you are heating based on electricity, and if you are going to pay that hydro bill, the electricity bill, then it is going to be a huge amount, right? It may be $600, $700, $800. I have seen one of my friend who used to pay his hydro bill because of heat. He used to pay $600, $700, $800, whereas I used to pay $50 or $40 max per month. So just keep in mind this point, okay? So the friend who has taken the apartment in GTA, that cost around $2,800 plus electricity, and that electricity, now the winter is getting started, the heat, you need heat within your apartment, and now maybe he will start paying more, right? $500, $400, $600. So overall monthly, if you are paying $3,000 to $3,500 monthly rent, just think about that. You are paying more than 60% or 70% of your salary to the rental apartment, okay? If you are couple, if you if you and your spouse both are working, then that's fine, you can manage. But if only one person is working, and if your spouse is not working, then it is very, very difficult. After paying $3,000 rent, then the other cost, and especially if you have kids, just don't think about that, okay? You will be end up taking too much stress because of your financial decision you are going to make, right? And that time, slowly, obviously, after certain time, you will start comparing your previous life back in your home country, where you had a good income, you have your maybe your own apartment or own house, a comfortable life with your maid and all those things, right? Where you don't need to think about anything. But here in Canada, everything is do it yourself, okay? You need to do your own work. You need to clean your washroom clearly, you need to clean your house on regular basis, you need to clean your dishes, and if you don't have dishwasher, okay, nowadays I'm seeing many old apartments are they don't have dishwasher within their apartment. So if you don't have dishwasher, just forget about that. You need to wash your dish every now and then. It is painful, okay? So in Canada, everything you need to do by yourself, right? So from that perspective, because you have left your comfortable life back in home country, now after coming here, you are doing everything by yourself, and after that also, you are paying so much rent, you are paying so much, your cost of living is so much high. And at the end of the day, if you are not saving nothing, and if you are paying from your pocket or from your savings what you saved earlier, then it's difficult, right? Then people start thinking negative, and that is true, right? So from that perspective, that's why I'm saying, try to avoid Ontario, or try to avoid GTA if it is your first port of entry, or if you are thinking to settle, or if you are thinking to start your Canadian journey from Ontario or from GTA specifically, I would say this is not the correct time, okay? Unless both spouse and you, both of you are working and you are earning more than maybe 200k or 250k per annum, then that's fine. But still, still I would say, why paying more, right? 3,000, 3,500 if you're paying on rent, then rather than paying on rent, you should pay on mortgage, right? You can buy a apartment or a house or whatever it is, right? You can pay in mortgage. At least you will save something, you will have some appreciation on your property, right? Obviously, after paying rent, you are not appreciating anything. So that is point number one, very high cost of living. The second point is again, that is also related to cost of living and inflation. Obviously, inflation is very high. It is a record high now in Canada. So after paying so much high rent, if you need to pay more for your grocery and all, and nowadays in GTA, one of the problem is homelessness, okay? Because when I first came here in 2016, I didn't see so many people on the street and they are homeless. But I think that is a real problem. I guess I can guess that, when I see where I stay within GTA, And when I stay there, when I see a lot of homeless people are there, I don't feel safe. To be very frank, right? I don't feel safe because I came from outside, right? I'm not a native Canadian. I'm outsider here. So I came from outside of Canada. I'm earning well. My family is living a good life here, right? We are spending good amount of money. But on the other hand, when I'm seeing people from here, not everyone, obviously, but those homeless people, basically, maybe they're from here, and when they're struggling, and I'm as an outsider, I'm earning more, and you can feel that, that's not a good vibe, right? You will be happy when your neighbors are happy. You will be happy when everyone surrounding you are happy, right? You can eat well when everyone surrounding you are eating well. But if everyone surrounding you are not eating well, and if they are not if their conditions are not good, and if your condition is very good, then that is not a good thing, right? Or that is not a good sign. So at that time you will be feeling like you are kind of alone, or you are kind of isolated from that society, right? And that society is united, right? So that in that sense, I don't like it, seeing so many homeless people on the street, and lots of drugs problem are here. That is very true. If you are staying in GTA area, in any major cities, any major downtown areas, and if you travel there, you will see, right? Lots of homelessness, lots of drugs, lots of other stuffs, lots of bad stuffs are there. Roads are not clean. People are dumping every bad things every here and there, right? Eventually, if you are going into some restaurant, Tim Horton or McD, okay, and if you use their washroom on those areas, you will see the condition, it's very bad. It's really bad, okay? It's not up to the mark as per first world country, to be very frank. So when you are coming here for the very first time, obviously Canada is a first world country, and Canada is beautiful country, and you will have lots of dreams, you will have lots of expectation, and after landing here, if you start seeing those things as a first insight, then that will not leave a good impression about Canada to you, right? I don't want that, okay? That is not true, okay? Don't just see only those few things, and don't judge that this is not a good place. Don't judge like that, okay? It is a very good place. It's a secure place. It's a beautiful country. People are lovely. But unfortunately, due to many circumstances, or many the COVID situations, obviously, and the economical situation is not so good here, and cost of living is so high, people are not able to afford a comfortable life, right? See, I'll tell you one thing, right? So we Indian, or from our Indian subcontinent, right? Pakistani, Bangladeshi, Nepali, Sri Lankan, right? We all people, Afghanistan, we all people, we have a tradition of saving money, right? So we have a tradition, if we earn $100, then we try to save at least $20 or $10 at least, right? And that $10 or $20 is just for my future needs, when I don't know when I need more money, or for some reason I need some money. So we always try to save some kind of money, right, out of our expenditure. But back in here in Canada, the concept of native people, or the concept of the people who were living here previously, their concept was not into so much of saving, right? They don't need to save too much money, okay? They will earn Monday to Friday, they will earn, and they will go for party on on Friday. They'll start partying, they will party over the weekend, again Monday they will back to work, right? So that was the culture here, right? What I used to see. So, but because of COVID, a lot of the situation changed, right? People lost their job, lots of things happened, right? And that time people felt that heat, right? If you don't have money, or if you don't have enough savings, right, then it's difficult, right? Where I used to stay in Halifax, in my neighbor, I saw a single mother. So here the single mother or single parent concept is very common here, okay, in Canada. So I saw that beautiful lady who had 2 kids, right? And her kids used to play with my kid. That's why I knew them. And that lady used to work in Subway, okay? and in Subway she used to earn the minimum wage, right? That is $15 or $16 per hour, right? So altogether maybe $2,500, and on top of that probably she was getting some childcare benefit and other stuffs from government. So all in all, let's say $3,000 her total income, or maybe $3,500 her total income. But out of that, if she was paying a rent of 16, 17 or 1800, then how much money she has, right? And here for grocery and other stuffs with your family, you need at least $1,000, $1,000 to $1,500, right? And after that, your lifestyle and all those, right? Your car insurance and everything. So it's damn expensive right now. So if you're starting, why I'm saying this story, because if you're starting from a bigger cities like GTA, then you will feel that heat. Okay, you will feel that you need more money, right? And you will end up spending your money that you used to save back in your country, right? Don't do that. That's a stupidity. But you will not have any other options if you're moving here for very first time, right? And don't move here. I mean, if you're moving into GTA, don't move without a job offer. Okay, to be very friend, job is not easy, okay, in GTA, because lots of competitions, lots of population here, lots of crowd here, right? So that is the point number 3. If you are moving here in GTA and if you expect you will end up getting a job on very first day or second day, that is not true. Even surviving jobs are not available, to be very frank. Surviving jobs, right? If you want to work in Tim Hortons or McD or some other stuffs, on part-time whatever, you will not get vacancy. They don't have vacancy because they have 2 vacancy. There are 10 people are there, 10 students are there who wants to work there, right? And whoever is working there, they are not leaving their job, right? So in Halifax, what I have seen, or any other cities, right, not GTA, any smaller provinces or smaller cities, if you are moving there, due to low population, right, you will get opportunities. Opportunities are there, people are not there. Okay, in every restaurant, in every grocery store, superstore, I have seen the vacancies are there. In Halifax, I'm saying, or New Brunswick, I'm saying, Prince Edward Island, I'm saying, okay, Atlantic provinces. So everywhere I have seen, there are vacancies. They need people. That people are not available. So even if you don't have a job, you will get at least a surviving job. If you see my earlier videos, I told that if you are moving to Canada without a job, then also you can survive based on your survival job, right? You can do any survival job, and after 2 or 3 or 4 months, you can end up getting your own job, and your life is jingalala, your life is good. But that is true for smaller provinces. If you are moving there in Halifax or New Brunswick or Nova Scotia or Prince Edward Island or maybe Alberta, you will end up getting something. In Alberta also nowadays lots of population, but still comparing with GTA, it's less. So in GTA, lots of people are here, lots of competitions are here, and vacancies are very low. So you may not get your job very soon. And if you're not getting a job soon, then then you will end up spending your own money, right? That you have saved over the years back in your home country. And once you are out of that money, then you will be in deep trouble, and that time you will start thinking you made a mistake by moving here in Canada. You didn't made a mistake by moving here in Canada, but you made a mistake by moving into GTA as your first port of entry, right? So that's why I'm saying high cost of living, high rent, the security, or the homelessness of other people, seeing bad stuffs, right? We are not habituated seeing bad stuffs about Canada, but that's what I'm saying. Try to avoid those things. And lack of jobs, right? Lack of jobs are one of the main reason for you to choose not moving into GTA as first port of entry. Why I'm saying first? Because once you lived in other provinces, Halifax, Nova Scotia, or anywhere, then you will be habituated about Canadian culture, Canadian environment, Canadian work experience you will gain, right? Because here also, if you want to work in a very well company or good company, they will ask for a Canadian experience, right? So if you don't have Canadian experience, that's a negative thing for you, just to keep in mind. So if you start your journey from a smaller provinces, then you don't need to end up paying everything from your pocket, right? Rather than you can do some kind of survival job, you can start getting money, and you can earn money and you can spend money that is you are earning in Canada, and in parallel you can start getting prepared for the interview for your own skill set, your own technology, or whatever you work, right? And slowly and gradually you will get settled, right? And after a couple of years, after three years maybe, once you have some money that you have saved here in Canada, and you have work experience, you know Canadian culture better, then you are free to move anywhere, right? You can move to GTA, you can move to any other places. That time also GTA will be expensive, but that expenses you can cover from your own money that you have earned in Canada, and maybe you will have a job, right? When you are, so I moved from Halifax to Canada, to GTA with a job opportunity, right? I used to work in Halifax, then I got a new job opportunity in GTA, then I moved here, right? So that's why I'm able to survive well. I am not feeling the heat, but I'm just thinking the people who let's say don't have a job, and if they are coming here, then how much money they are spending, right? And that is that doesn't worth that I would say, right? So these are the very few things, or simple things, based on my experience, what I'm seeing, that you should avoid, and you should not be you should not be demotivating yourself, or you should not get those negative vibes, right? You should not be supporting that go back to India trends, right? So that's not true. This country is wonderful, the people are lovely, everything is good about this country, but you just need to know from where you need to start your journey, where you need to stay, and what you need to do in Canada. These things you need to know, and probably the experienced people, right, who have the experience here, the bad experience, good experience, those people, if share their experience, and if you listen to their experience, probably that will help you more, rather than just to speculating something, dreaming something unexpected, and coming here into the reality, then you face the heat. That is not good, right? So anyway, so that is the objective. That was the objective for this video. I hope I can explain you well why you should not start your journey from GTA, rather than you should start your Canadian journey from any other smaller cities or smaller provinces, where you have other opportunities, good opportunities, and you can get yourself melt into the Canadian society or Canadian culture. That would be good for you. So that's it for today. If you guys have any comments or any questions, you can comment me. You can ask me any questions. If I get time, definitely I'm going to answer you guys. And if you guys are new to my channel, please do subscribe my channel, because in my channel, on daily basis, I bring up some new topics, something new that is that is unknown to you, and whatever the practical experience I have gained or I see on daily basis, those things I bring in this platform, so that you guys can take a good decision about Canada. So anyway, so stay tuned, and do subscribe my channel. Thank you.